Hey guys, I'm back. It's super hot at the moment, but I'm cracking on. I've ordered my AN12 line, which I don't know if I mentioned before, but that's for down there to the back of the tank. I'm going to go -10 from here to here. This used to be the return. Get rid of that. I've ordered a new 180. So that's going to go literally from there onto that. So that's your feed. The return is now going to be here, which used to be the feed. I'm going to use that fitting again, which is AN10. Let's go 10 from there to there, which is currently an 8. I'm going to keep that currently, I think, which is an 8. I think I'm going to keep that. I want to see what the fuel pressure comes up as when it's running, see if I can get it down enough, because I just don't want to keep changing this stuff for absolutely no reason at all. So then I'll take you to the back. Here's the spare odds and sods fittings box like we've all got. So then I've drained all the fuel out. I just didn't show you that earlier, unfortunately, because I totally forgot about you guys. But drained all the fuel down, just ran the pump up on the return line, put it into a bucket. That's cool. That's got to come off now, which is the most horrible job in the world. As much as I love them fittings, they're a pig to put on. Then under here, you can see just the remains of it. Going to take the -10 off and run it all the way back. Now, I know what you're thinking. I could use the feed line -10 as the return line -10. And yes, you're right, I could. But it means a bit more work and I'm just not feeling that at the moment. So for now, I want to run it up on that 8. Because we're talking about a week's time here. Get it run up on the 8, see what it does. And then if I can't neck the fuel pressure down, well then guess what? I've got to go for a 10. But you know, I've only just fitted all these brand new fittings on, a brand new line. It's a bit of a kick in the nads. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. You'd have seen this one in the last videos. So there's your new brand new -8 high flow return, and that's the breather. All right, let me crack on with this. I'll get back to you boys in a minute. Right, I thought I'd better show you guys this. So I've taken that lid off, had a little clean out of the tank. The usual junk in there, even though I cleaned it last week. So it's very important to clean your filters clearly. That's the feed. That's -10. Yeah, it's an old piece. Not new, I don't confess it to be. New piece. AN12. Check this out. Look at the difference. Man, if this doesn't flow enough fuel, I don't know what will. But hopefully we'll be good to go. So I thought I'd bring you guys down here with me. So what I've decided, because I've always had it going like that, and it blocks where I want to drain the fuel, because it's stupid, because I'm stupid. So basically I want to have it there this side, and have to drain that side. While I'm doing it, I might have to do it properly. So I've ordered a black -10, get away. I've ordered a black -10 with a blocker for that side so I can drain the tank. This one is said -12. As you can imagine, there's a massive hole difference. So I'm going to take my trusty steed over here and go at it. So I'll show you in a sec. I believe it, I'm under here, right? There's mainly cable ties that hold up my fuel line, if I'm totally honest. One P clip here, that's like 8mm. And then one P clip there. Yep, you've guessed it, that's 1/4 inch. Would be, wouldn't it? So I've got to get up, go and grab the bit, and go at it again. And I'm absolutely cooking under here. Is it possible to hate your own car? I think it is. So you're now under the car with me. So there's the 2 pumps that are coming out. They're the aeromotive filter, which I still want to use. I need that line and that fitting. And then these is the Y piece. So 2 -8s into -10, -10 down to the bottom of the car, to the rail. So that's all come out. And I'm noting there's even got some residue in the breather. So really I need to form some kind of a tap or some way of getting that out, because otherwise I've got to pull the whole line out. I'll work on that later. Well, as with anything, I've come to a standstill. So that's the regulator. It runs on an Orb 10. That is an Orb 10. Come on. Right, that's all 10. That's AN8. AN10. Orb 8. Don't fit. Can you believe it? Jesus. So I've managed to make this line. So that's AN10 to AN10 on the rail. So that will be your return to there. But I need another fitting. And as I said, for now, I'm going to keep the actual return to the top of the tank as 8. And just see how it goes first, because I could really do without not having to replace all this again. But we shall see. Yeah, so that's the end of that day. Yeah, I'm just going to have to get these bits. Such a pain, because it's always a waiting game when it comes to these things. I mean, they're pretty quick. I can't knock talks. They are incredibly quick. The guys are really, really good there. So a big shout out to them, and a small shout out to my box of bits that's got everything in it except the bit I need. That's the end of that. So guys, I'm back. My delivery has turned up. There's the bag of goodies. First piece on the agenda, AN10, fits into the regulator. So that's the one I've got. That's the one I'm putting on. Make sure this bloody thing fits, it better fit. I mean, that's a big arse hole, look at that. It's the old one. Wee bit restricted. I've actually learned that these are O-rings. You really don't need to smash them up. You actually don't even need a spanner, but you need to hold that with a spanner whilst you fit this on. Also, you generally need 2 hands. Unless you're me. Look at that. One hand Larry. Right, so that one's on. And that goes... That's a high flow one. That goes from there to there. So that's done. Yeah? As I said, being a bit of a tight arse, dash 8 is going all the way down to the back of the tank, because I can't be bothered to change it. And I strongly believe that that will work. Although there's a lot of things I believe, and they don't always work. The only time will tell on that is if I can regulate the fuel down enough. And I'm just trying to put this back in the packet. Let me see what else I've got in my bag of very, very expensive goodies. Hang on. That's back, right. So, get out of there, right. We have AN12. That's 6 meters of it. So that's all the way from the back to the front of the car. Still hoping this is going to work. I'm seeing a lot of cars online that run lift pumps, and it's starting to become very unnerving, because I purposely bought this because it's meant to do the job. Okay, so we have this 90-12. So that's going on the end of that. That's going to go out the back of the tank, out of my nice new fitment, which we moved over to the left, you remember? Then that'll go all the way along here and into that pump. What else we got? Cheeky, another 90. Right, so this one, well, I remember now, goes on the other end of that, and that goes into the pump. So there's your 2 90s in 12s. What else we got here? There's some fancy stuff. So, it's hard to do with one hand. I've got a couple of olives, because I was recommended to buy some nice new olives. So I've got them. This is a dash 10 fitment, just for me to be able to drain the tank. That's all it was. Yes, I did have another one. It was blue and I hated it. Plus, it was really a bulkhead fitting, because this bit here at the back was like up here somewhere. And I don't want that. I want it to be right where the sump is of the Jazz fuel cell. So that's another piece. What else have we got? Get rid of that. Should have the... Ah, that's the bit. So that is AN10, because the other side of the pump is AN10. And like I said to you guys before, this is AN8. This used to be the AN8 return line, which is here now. It's off. Yeah? So basically that is now going to be that. That will go straight onto that. And I believe, I don't think I bought a straight AN10 unless I did. Yeah, let's put you in that bag. Hang on, might be. No, that's a spare fitting. In fact, I bought a spare one in case I need the one for the bottom, in case I do go dash 10. that again. Let's get all these bits out. I've just got a bag of mess. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't buy it. No, apparently I didn't. I didn't buy the 10. I think that's because it's already on the other end of that pipe. So I can take that one off. The one that used to be the feed, I can take the 10 off the other end, wherever the hell that's gone. It's somewhere in this garage. But I'll get it. And in that, PTFE 10 will fit to that. I will use a new olive, and it will go from there to there, and we're done. The only thing we're not done with is I need an adapter from 10 to that, which I think is 8. So I need an 8 to 10 adapter again. And that's exactly what I did on this. You possibly can see it. That is an 8 to 10 adapter. For some reason, I couldn't get a 10 banjo. They just don't seem to do it. If they do, I certainly couldn't find it. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at, team. It is stupidly hot here today. The garage is ridiculous, so I ain't gonna do it today. I'm just gonna bake it and leave it for another day. But I'll get back to you. Well, probably in a few seconds when you see the video, but I will get back to you. I've only gone and done it. I decided to stay on one of the hottest days of the year, but I just want to crack on and get it done. I had to show you this. These are the nicest fittings for the money. They are absolutely bloody brilliant. They just fit on perfectly. Like with the olive and the push on. The line and everything. I can't fault this stuff. This stuff's really, really nice. I've even put the 10 on. But I am boiling. The blue bit's coming off. I'm just waiting for, well, this is going to be the end on that. The other side, the 10 on the right hand side, is going to be the blanker. So that's done. Everything's tightened up. I can whack that all back on now shortly. I just had a sudden urge to want to put this piece on. Oh, it's hot. Guys, I can honestly say this heat is beating me, but I've got the pumps off, got the lines off, got the big line through. I haven't tabbed it all up yet because I've got to get some P-clips. That'll be 85. But yeah, these have had such minimum use, it's a shame. But I'm sure they'll be good for somebody. Oh, message me if you need them. EFI, made 900 wheel. On petrol, they'll easy do 1100 horse. So I'm now at a point where I'm having a little strip down of the Mighty Hero motive. So I'll give it a clean out before I put it all back together. This is going to go into the rail. Let's put that down first. Oh, look at this. God. Like little balls of rubber. That must be my handiwork with the line, but to be honest with you, this is not the cleanest, as you can well see. So I'll make sure this gets a good old spruce up. Look at that. It's not good, but it's doing its job, so that is good. I'll give it a clean up and I'll be back. You guys are going to like this. I've devised a little pot. Literally bang the old filter in there, brake cleaner, give it a little light bash about. Hopefully most of it will come out. Look at that. Look at that. And that's after spraying it already. Look at the gear that's in there. It's a bit bright today, it's hard to show you it. See all them bits? See all that stuff at the bottom? And that could go in your ID injectors. Not a good look, not a good look at all. And mostly my fault. But I will continue, see if I can get it right, proper clean, and then we'll get it back in. This thing is crazy clean now. I've been cleaning this like a lunatic. It's got less and less and less, but it's like it never ends. It's like you can just clean this thing forever. At the end of the day, there is only so much brake fluid you've got, but it is a million times cleaner than it was. Which is random because I cleaned it at door slammers. Just goes to show that is what was in it. And that's the second pot. That's also what's in it. So needless to say, you should clean your filters a bit more regularly than I actually do, and going forward I will be. You know, look, still bits in there. And I suspect this is mainly my fault for when I cut the hose, which means I should probably do this and then clean it again once I've cycled the fuel realm. You know, clean it as best I can, blow out the lines as best I can, but I think ultimately you should probably cycle it through, not fire it up and clean it up. So that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. I'll get back to you. Okay, dude and dudettes. Still absolutely roasting here. Same day. Literally the same day. So, look under here. Here's what I'm thinking. Mechanical pump, obviously. It's roughly where it's got to go. So I've not tightened it all up yet, but that's thereabouts where it's going. I'm thinking under the steering like that, because obviously the rack ain't going to move. Nothing can move there. Bosch from the tank. Pulled a bit taut, obviously, but I don't put too taut because I haven't done up all the hose that end up and over that end. I'm pointing towards you can't even see it, towards the axle. So I do need to put that on there first. I bet all of them P-clips first, then I can do this fitting. Then I know exactly what this is, because this could be like all the way like that or all the way like that. I don't know. So I think I'm gonna have to leave that bit for now. Not sure if I can go any further because I've got all of those clips. Because I only want to do this once because, well, I've already done it 5 times, so I only want to do it once now. So, whilst up here, we have the dash 10. So I have made a portion of that line, which is this. So that's dash 10, which is going to go onto that. Obviously, it's a whacking great big bit because I always buy way too much. So that's going to be like that. And this is where it gets a bit bitty and I'm not too happy about it. So I'm going to go a one-way check valve somewhere in here, I believe. Or, oops, that will ultimately be like that. One-way check valve onto here. This will be something like that. The filter. And then a small piece from pump to filter, one-way check valve to small piece again to that. It's a bit bitty. I don't really like the idea of it. I'm hoping they do a one-way check valve. It's got a 10 orb that goes straight into this. So anything after filter is valved. But I don't know. So I'm going to have to check that piece out because now it's all getting a bit tight where this small piece is. You have to start making up tiny little unions. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a pain. So, yeah, let me see what I can get ordered up. I know what I've got to get, and that's it.